Hi, everybody. Welcome to She Rises, another episode. And I'm so happy you're here with us. We have another really great guest today. We're going to talk about, guess what? Stress. Okay, something we all can relate to very much. Just want to remind you that you can get my free $1 million resource list. So definitely check it out. And I will just play it right here. You can see the ticker going across. I put this list together for everybody because people were asking me, like, what's your favorite books and what's your favorite podcasts? And can you recommend a coach and things like that? So I put the resource list together, and definitely go check it out. You can just find it on my website at lesliekuster.com. And also, if you don't know me, let me introduce myself. I'm Leslie Kuster. I am the CEO and founder of Back from Bali, which is a women's e-commerce brand. And I sell primarily on Amazon and on my own website. And because of the success of Back from Bali, I wrote a book for women entrepreneurs because I started to ask myself, like, how in the world did I do it? How did I bring my business to the levels that it's at now? And I was really inspired to write and to share that with everyone. So the book is called 7 Keys to 7 Figures, the Women Entrepreneur's Guide to Money and Freedom. So now let me tell you about our guest today. Our guest is Aimee Bernstein. She is a thought leader in the area of stress reduction and has a really different way of approaching it. She is also an author. She wrote a book called Stress Less, Achieve More: Simple Ways to Turn Pressure into a Positive Force in Your Life. And she teaches how to use pressure, like the energy of change, to enhance like your performance and your well-being and creativity, and to raise your consciousness. She is president of Open Mind Adventures, which specializes in coaching. And her work liberates leaders from limited mindsets, behaviors, and energy patterns, and enabling them to manifest higher performance and stronger relationships. I'm really excited to bring on Aimee, and I will. So welcome, Aimee.
Thank you so much.
Here. Yeah, thank you too. You know, I think that we all suffer so much from stress. And one of the reasons why I was really interested to bring you on is you have like a very different way of approaching it, and almost what I read a little bit of like using stress in some ways to like help us. And so if you can just like introduce yourself and introduce your work and what it is exactly, and what it and how you approach stress.
Okay. As you know, I'm a coach, so I've worked with senior executives from Chanel and Ritz-Carlton and Dolce & Gabbana, big companies, Microsoft, and everyone was stressed out and pressured. Now, I was lucky. I'm just giving you a little background. I hope that's okay. But I was very lucky when I was in my 20s to meet a master Aikido teacher. Aikido is a martial art. It's the martial art of peace. But I wasn't interested in martial arts. You know, having my body thrown across a mat didn't turn me on. What interested me was that this guy was teaching how the human system aligns to the universal. And he was using the energy principles of Aikido and translating them to daily life. That interested me. He had the ability to shift into finer consciousness and take his students with him. So I would experience myself in ways that I didn't think were possible. At any rate, I started studying with him and he's been my teacher for 40 years now. But one of the things I want to start with is the difference between stress and pressure, because they're not the same. Now, there's a universal law which says whenever there's a job or task to do, energy comes into your system to help you do the job, and it comes in the amount needed to do the job. So say you're on the tennis court, or you're running a race, or you're going to give a speech or a presentation of your product. Energy is going to come into your system Ooh, you start getting a little nervous, right? Starts
Yes.
bubbling up. Ooh, okay. Now, depends how you deal with it. If you resist it, work your will. I'm okay. I'm strong. Over time, you are going to experience discomfort, distress, and burnout. Right? Some people, what they do under that kind of energy is they collapse. Oh, why is this happening to me? This always happens. They become the victim. Other people go in their heads and they analyze. Okay, well, you're in your head, but you've cut yourself off from all your other perceptions, your emotions, your sensations, your intuition. You're operating on half a burner.
Let's get specific about it? And like, I have two examples just in my own life. Okay, one is pickleball. Okay, you're mentioning tennis before. Is pickleball. Is I always get very nervous when I am about to start a game, or even in the middle of the game, all of a sudden I'm losing. Okay, and I start to like literally feel it in my stomach. Is this bad? Like I then start to say like, okay, what should I have, like positive affirmations, like what to do in that moment?
Yeah, it's not bad. In fact, if you didn't have that, you'd probably do have a lousy game.
Mm,
Um, See,
okay.
here comes this energy, this pressure. Pressure is the energy of change. So let's make believe, I'm just making this up. You're a 20-volt person. Oh, you can handle 20 volts in your life. You're really good. Okay. Now comes a job that's a 50-volt job. Boom, this energy starts coming and it presses on your system. What happens for people is they begin to contract, a lot of them. Okay. Or they go into their head. Oh, what should I do? What? No. Instead, if you open and align to this energy, if you say yes, what you will experience is a new spaciousness, a new capability. You will have high performance. You will have joy, aliveness. So
Okay.
it,
So,
I say to people, what if pressure was a gift? What if
mm,
that gift was
wow.
intelligent and part of the life force? Would you open to it or would you resist it? And
Mm.
if you open to it, who will you become and how will it change your life?
Oh my God, I love this, and it's very helpful for me. We're just going to use me as a guinea pig, if that's okay,
Oh, yeah.
today, which is that, okay, so now let's talk about my business, all right, which is back
Mhm.
from Bali. I manufacture women's clothing, e-commerce business, selling primarily on Amazon. And there has been tremendous changes in Amazon fee structure, all kinds of stuff. And there's been a lot of stress around it. So when it comes like this, and I'm faced with some really difficult things that I have to be figuring out and changing, I immediately go into resistance of it. Is why are they doing this, and why did they change this, and this is now making my everything so much more difficult, and I become stressed.
Yeah.
What can I do instead?
Okay. Say when the conversation comes in, why are they doing this? Cancel, cancel. Okay. Now, what you want to do is you want to take the elevator down. You see, here comes the energy of change comes in, just like somebody cut you off on the highway, right? The energy of change is coming in. Everything in life is a two beat. The waves come in, the waves go out. The sun rises, the sun sets. Same true with our own systems. The energy comes up. Okay. Now, what you've forgotten, your mistake, is you forgot to allow it to settle down. Now, every mindfulness teacher and meditation, they tell you, take a breath, relax. Yeah, right. Okay. When, when you're uptight and someone's telling you to relax, I don't know how good that is. What
It's
I say to people is when you take a breath, there's lots of ways to breathe, right? So, now we know that the exhale is important, but notice where the exhale stops. Okay, maybe it stops in your belly. Okay, good. Okay, now take another breath. From the place that it stops, sense, feel it moving down your legs, into your feet, into the ground, and spreading out. Remember that the tree with the deepest roots can withstand the hurricane force winds. If you are up here, you're in the penthouse. It's like if you were in an apartment building, you're in the penthouse. Oh, you got great view, you got great ideas, you got vision, yeah, but you don't have your feelings, sensations, your intuition. You need to take the elevator down. Or I think of it like a waterfall. And I say to myself, settle. And after a while, that word settle becomes printed on my nervous system. My body knows how to respond to that word. Okay. So the first thing I need to do is get out of my head and into my mind body. Okay. That's the first thing I need to do. So cancel, no stories, no blame, no shame, no, easy. Okay. Yes. And what's deeper? It doesn't stop. Keep going down, keep letting it settle. And what happens is, just like you throw a rock in a pool and it ripples out, the same thing happens energetically. It settles down and then it begins to ripple out. Whew. Now I have a bigger presence, it's more spacious. Now I can handle more.
Okay, so the technique is number one, as soon as you start to feel that stress rising in you, and you start to go into your stories of, why is this so difficult? I can't believe I have to do this. You say the words cancel, right?
Yeah, I'm changing the channel. It's like you're changing the channel on your TV from,
Right.
The soap opera to the Discovery Channel.
Oh, I like that. You're like, cancel this, all right? And then you go into breathing, but not just breathing. You actually notice where the exhale is stopping in your body, and you try to repeat it and keep bringing it lower and lower until it reaches the earth. Is that correct?
Yes. So there's a few different kinds of breathing things depending on what's going on in your system. So the first thing really is you feel where you're at. You feel what's going on. So if I feel a lot of tension in my solar plexus, what I want to do is I want to breathe wide into my rib cage. Right. If I feel like, I'm like this, crunched over, what I do is I breathe from the back. Imagine the back, the breath is coming from the back, comes out here, radiates through here. Now I have a different spaciousness. But yes, it starts with feeling where you are, taking the breath all the way down, noticing what else is going on, breathing into that part that feels tight, so that's not a one-time thing. It's a process you're going through to help you kind of settle and to become more spacious.
Could you lead us through maybe a mini version of this, like for a minute or two?
Of the breathing or of a different type of a
The whole thing that, you're feeling whatever you're feeling. It doesn't, you're getting stressed out, and what you can do. Like if your voice was inside my head, what would it be saying? And can you lead me through it?
okay, yes, I'll do that. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is you can do it with your eyes open or your eyes closed, whatever you want, okay, is to notice where you are, meaning where is your attention? Wherever your attention is, energy is going to follow that, right? Wherever your attention is, it becomes your center. If you are in your head, you're in your head, that's your center. You're going to be in your thoughts, your monkey mind. Okay. So, what I'd like you to do is open your mouth a little bit, Leslie, and feel as if you had a heavy beard on your chin, and feel your chin. Okay. So now what you've done is I just saw you move from your forehead. Now you're more into your chin. Yes? Do you feel that too? Yeah. Okay. Now take a breath. Inhale and let it out your mouth. And just sense, feel where it is, where the breath goes.
Oh, I could bring it down to my feet.
Okay, so allow, it's not that you are bringing it down to your feet. You're not the master. Your body is doing what is natural. You see, whereas most people believe that in order to reduce stress, you have to go do something, go exercise, go meditate, go, and I do all of that stuff and it's all wonderful, okay? But that's not enough. What you need to do is to let go of that which is limiting you, that which is causing the stress. So it's not about you, little Leslie. I don't mean that derogatorily, but it could be you, little Amy, being in charge. No, you're allowing the intelligence of your body to take over. Okay. So as you take a breath again, yeah, and notice how far down it goes. Okay, so for me right now, I notice that my butt is more on the chair. I can really feel my thighs on the chair, and the chair is holding me up rather than me holding myself up. It's like my weight is sinking into the chair and spreading. Right? How about you? Can you sense that?
I could sense that. And again, my feet, I really feel it on this very soft carpet I have under my feet.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what I'd like you to do is to little games. I play with little metaphors and stuff. Okay. Sense, feel as if you had angel wings coming from the back of you, your shoulder blades, and they go further than your physical body. They extend out into the field on both sides of you. Okay. And they're big and they're heavy, and sense them. Not imagine them, sense them. And allow yourself to soften and to sink into the back.
Okay.
What are you feeling?
Presence.
Yeah, there's a presence. Okay. So for me, as I play, these angel wings. So I start feeling wider in the back. There's more space in the back, right? Now, just like your spine supports the physical body, the energy field in the back supports the whole system. It nourishes, sustains, supports the whole system. So if modern life pulls us out into the front of us, to our to-do list and to the people we have to take care of and to our product and to, whatever it is that, okay, so we forget the back. So we become burnt out, we become isolated, alone, right? But there's this whole energy behind us that wants to support and sustain us. We need to soften and sink into it. So, angel wings is one little game. If you sense, feel it yourself, it starts talking to you. It describes itself to you. So, sometimes for me, oh, it feels like water, like I'm floating in the water. Oh, I let myself go. I'm floating in the water behind me, or oh, there's huge pillows behind me. I can just let go. Or my lover standing behind me, and I can just sink into his arms. Whatever it feels like to you, that's correct, right?
Well, I like this image of the focus on the back body and on the going out wide in the back as well. That definitely shifts things from here, doesn't it?
Yes.
Just
And you see,
yeah.
in order to have really be grounded, fully, more deeply grounded, you need the back. Now,
Yes, you
back,
do. You
you
got
don't
to touch your back. Your back is saying, basically,
have that.
isn't it?
So another game I'll play with people is sense feel as if you had a dragon tail or a big iguana tail, whatever you'd like,
Yeah.
coming from your lower spine, and it's lying on the ground behind you. So it's almost like you have 3 feet, this dragon tail and your 2 legs, and sense that dragon tail and notice what it does as you sense it.
So it certainly brings your energy, your like focus of gravity actually from like maybe the toes back to the back of the heels and sort of again that
Yeah.
sitting back, kind of resting in the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, yeah. And then one other game I'll play with people is sense feel your feet as if you had elephant feet. Play it now with me. Big, wide, thick elephant feet.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Much more on
elephant
earth, isn't it then? And Amy, what does all of this do?
okay. So here's the thing. Here's this now pressure and stress, we said, are not the same thing. Pressure is the energy of change coming into your system to help you do the job. So just like you need pressure in your tires, but you don't want them to be stressed, right? So
Hmm.
stress is the resistance to that energy. So, okay, what happens is as I get out of my head and I shift into my body, now what happens? I have access to my perceptions. you know I'm more grounded. And now what I would lead people to do is to begin to sense feel as they open up into their energy field. So Einstein said all ideas are already present. You
Mm.
don't create anything, they're all there in the universal field. But we're so in our heads that we don't tap into it. But
Yeah.
yet, in
Yes.
the shower or after a good nap or after great sex, oh, I get these ideas, right? Because your body's relaxed, you're out of your head. You can open now. Now you're part of that universal field. An idea comes around. Ooh, oh yeah, I could do that, right? So one a good thing that happens with it is yes, I got my perceptions, and yes, I begin to open into a bigger field where creativity is more available.
Well, that is crucial. I mean, really, really crucial. It's accessing that world that you're speaking about. It will make life so much easier because you start to realize that you don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to think it through. That it's like comes to you. Actually, it's like I like to talk about it as tapping into the universal database.
Yeah,
That there's information out there um, that's available to us if we can kind of tap out of our brains and out of our minds, which is why for myself that I've been doing a spiritual practice for so many years, because that's one of the benefits that I get there. So I love that you're sharing these techniques, and for people to understand the end result is not only that you kind of feel better, right, and feel less stress, you actually gain access to making your life easier and flowing more.
yes, yes. And the truth is that we each have those experiences. In other words, we're not just one version of ourselves, we're many versions of ourselves. So there's Amy in her normal operating, and I can handle certain things, no problem, okay. Then every once in a while, Amy shifts. I can react because no one is centered 24/7. I don't care who you are. And I'll shift into a smaller version of myself. Oh, it's more contracted. Oh, I can say or do things I might regret. Then there are moments where I shift into this larger version of myself. I don't even, and words come out of my mouth, ideas come out of my mouth. I don't even know how I know them. I'm
Yes.
alive. I'm open. I own the stage, you know. The problem is no one ever teaches how you get to those places, you know.
True. Very
So
true.
what I teach is how you get there. Now,
Yeah.
one of the things that I've learned is that when you are that 20-volt person, I'm making that up, right? But I'm my average person. Okay, now here comes this energy. My first response is I'm under pressure, right? And you're going to go, oh, negative on it. Okay, easy, cancel, cancel.
Mhm.
Open up. Okay. Now, what starts to happen as it starts moving through my system, I get to the border. At the border, I go, oh, I don't want to. I don't, I mean, yeah, I can go and fix my software program. I don't want to. You get into the land of I don't want to, and you believe that that's the truth. So what do? You don't do it. Okay. But what I've learned is when you hit the border and you hit that I don't want to, don't listen to this one because it means that the energy has come in enough that you're ready to shift into that bigger version of yourself. So just hang out, just go inch by inch by inch by inch. Whoo, all of a sudden you're doing it. It's like, oh, I have to clean my office, my desk. It's just filled with all this information, pieces of information. Yeah, oh, but it's so I don't want to. Okay, easy. Just figure out one piece of paper. File it, throw it away, whatever you want to do with it. Just one piece of paper.
Yeah.
Then what happens is you'll end up doing two pieces of paper.
Right. And
Then
honest.
three, and then you know.
Yes. So we're going to wrap up, Amy. If you can just share with our listeners and our watchers some piece of advice that you would like to share that sort of sums up your deeper beliefs that can help a woman entrepreneur who's listening in right now.
Yeah, the first thing that I would say is Peter Drucker, the founder of modern management, said that the first task of a leader is mastery of their own energy system. Once you master yours, you can orchestrate the energy of others. But first, it's about you. So, what you need to do first is to start noticing your patterns, right? No blame, no shame, no whatever. Notice a pattern. Oh, I'm all here. Okay, give me one little action you can take that brings you back. Maybe it's the breath and you put the little post-it on your computer, breathe. Oh, maybe it's I find my back. I got angel wings. Maybe whatever it is, but what is the one you're off balance, you're out of center. What's your particular habit? Yours is no better or worse than mine, right? And what's one little thing you can do to begin to bring you back? Not a thing like, oh, I'll go study what blah blah, or I'll go meditate, or I'll go something you can do immediately that gives you immediate results.
I love that. I love that. So if anybody wants to work with you, I know you have courses, you do coaching. How can someone find you, Aimee?
Yeah. You can go to my website, which is openmindadventures with an S.com. And if you go to the contact on the menu bar, there's a form there. And if you fill it out, I'd give you a free 30-minute discovery session where we can talk about what's the pressure you're going through and maybe some tips that could help you deal with them. So, and if anybody's interested in my book, this is the book, Stress Less, Achieve More. It's in English, Mandarin, Arabic, and it was voted one of 17 most inspiring books to read in 2017.
Whoa, that's impressive.
That by Thrive Global.
Incredible, incredible.
So I'm available. I'm accessible. You can email me, Amy at Open Mind Adventure, and it's AIMEE, as you'll see there. And just contact me. We'll talk. No.
Wonderful. So everybody check out Amy's book. Check out Aimee at her website. And thank you so much, Aimee, for being here.
Oh, you're very welcome. My pleasure, Leslie. And you do great work, by the way. Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody watching She Rises. I'm really happy that you're here today. And if you're interested in coming on the show, the only criteria really is being a woman entrepreneur. I'm doing this show to give other women entrepreneurs a platform and a place for them to go live and to share the beautiful work that they're doing. So if you're interested, you can see it right here. You just email me at leslie@lesliekuster.com and we'll get you scheduled for the show. So until next time, thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful day.